Normalization is a process that improves a database design by generating relations that are of higher normal forms, and it is also used to minimize the redundancy from a relation or a set of relations, and it is also used to eliminate the undesirable characteristics like insertion, update, and deletion anomalies. Normalization divides the larger table into the smaller table, and we are making the relationship between these tables. So that is the use of normalization. Okay. So here you have to know, before going to the normal forms, we have to know that we have to know about functional dependency. So what is functional dependency and what are the anomalies, insertion anomalies and deletion anomalies? So here functional dependencies, suppose we are giving a to b, so that means we are deriving b value, so we are determining b value based on the a. Okay, so this relation is called functional dependency. Here a is called prime attribute, so it is a primary key. Okay, so all of you know the definitions of primary key. A functional dependency defines the relationship between two attributes. One is a prime attribute, another one is non-prime attribute. Okay, so prime attribute is nothing but we choose that attribute as a primary key. Okay, so whatever the value in the table, we are going to retrieve based on the primary key only. Okay, one table only one primary key. So take another example. We have an employee table with the attributes employee ID, employee name, contact and address. So here employee ID I am going to take as a primary key. I am going to consider employee ID as a primary key. So now we want to write the functional dependency between primary key and other non-prime attributes. So based on this employee ID, we can access employee name, and we can access contact number, and we can access address. Okay, so now this address, contact, employee name attributes dependent on the prime key attribute. Okay, so this relation we can call it as a functional dependency. And what is the determinant in functional dependency? Whatever the value present on left hand side, that value we can call it as a determinant. Okay, so that means, so determine the value of employee email. So that means based on this value we will get the email of employee. So this left hand side value is known as determinant. Okay, so you have to understand the meaning. So employee number is the determinant. We are determining the value of employee email based on the employee number. Okay, so this is a determinant. Yesterday I think somebody asked about determinant. Okay. Now insertion anomaly. So normally in database management systems or database storage, every day we are storing lots of data, and here in this lots of data people are using trying to save the repeat the same information again and again. Okay, so how to avoid this repeat information? Suppose we are adding the same data again and again, and we are repeating the same data, saving again and again. This problem is called insertion anomaly. So example, consider you can take a company, an organization. Okay, an organization have a database like this. Consider this table. So employee ID, employee name, so employee contact number, manager of the employees, and manager contact number, and department, what which department they are belongs to. Okay, So students, so here you can see we are adding all the details of manager, the respective managers also. So here the managers Mr. X is added in first row and Mr. X is added in second row, because they are repeating the manager again and again, Mr. Y and again Mr. X and again Mr. Y. Okay, so here Mr. X is added repeated 3 times, Mr. Y is repeated 2 times. Okay, so this creates problem in database design. So when adding more data, same data repeated, so here the database schema also will increase. Okay, while designing the database we have to eliminate these types of insertion anomaly. So this is the best example for insertion anomaly. Okay, now deletion anomaly. So from this table, if I want to delete, suppose this Mr. X I want to replace it by Mr. Z. Okay, I want to replace Mr. X by Z. Okay, so what I am doing, initially I want to delete Mr. X. Okay, if I am trying to delete Mr. X, so what happened along with Mr. X, so all the data of employees also deleted. Okay, this employee data, employee name, employee contact number. Okay. So not only manager data, it also deletes the employee data also. So we are going to perform some deletion operation. So that deletion operation causes for deleting another data. Okay, so this problem is called deletion anomaly. So example, if we are going to delete Mr. X, here you can see, so then it leads to the deletion of the information corresponding to the employees, okay, which is associated with Mr. X. So what are the employees associated with Mr. X? So Oliver, Barry and Bruce. If you are going to delete, okay, the Mr. X, so then so these corresponding employees data also will be deleted. So this problem is called deletion anomaly. Okay, try to understand. It causes loss of data within the database due to its removal, and some other related data set also deleted, so removed. So we are going to perform some removal operation. So within that it will include another data set also, that means employee data set also will be deleted. So this problem we can call it as a deletion anomaly. Okay, update anomaly. So just observe the following. I don't want to delete and replace, so immediately I want to replace Mr. X by Z. Okay, so here I am writing an algorithm, I am writing a query, Mr. X by Z you have to replace. So X here replaced Z and X also here replaced. Okay, but here it is not replaced Mr. X. Okay, so this type of problems is called updation anomaly, update anomaly. Okay, once we are trying to update Mr. X, means it has to update each and every column. Each and every X is replaced by Z. Suppose it missed out any column, so that means there is an inconsistency of data. So this problem is called as a update anomaly. In case of an update, so it is very crucial to make sure that the given update happens for all the rows associated with the change. Even if a single row gets missed out, okay, if there is any column value or single row value get missed out replacing X by Z, so it will lead to inconsistency of data, that is called update anomaly. Okay, now from this point of view, here onwards, students, here onwards these normal forms are very important, and all of you pay attention. All of you pay attention. So very important. Without these normal forms, there is no question paper. So all of you pay attention to try to understand what is the first normal form and what is the second normal form and what is the third normal form. Okay, so we will go to the first normal form. So here, what is the first normal form? Just you can observe from the table example. So consider the student example, students and subjects. So we are assigning some subjects to students. Okay, so with student ID, student name and subjects. Okay, so again student ID, name and subjects. Okay, so student ID, name and subject. So here Anusha, okay, took two subjects, computer networks and web designing, and Anita takes assigned only one subject, DBMS. Okay, Anjali assigned two subjects, automata and compiler design. So now what is the problem here? The problem is here each and every column contains multi-valued attributes. Okay, so here two subjects, so computer networks is one and web designing is two. Okay, here only one, so single valued attribute. Okay, so again here one automata and two compiler design. Okay, so we want to convert this table into first normal form. So what is the rule for first normal form? Each and every column there must be a single valued attribute. Okay, so it will not allow the multi-valued attributes. It will not allow the multi-valued attributes. Okay, try to understand. So while converting a table into first normal form, so what you have to remember? You have to remember if you find there are multi-valued attributes, so these multi-valued attributes we have to change or we have to convert into single valued attribute. Okay, so how we are going to change single value attribute? So we are adding another row, we are adding another row of data. So same ID, same name, but changing different subject. Okay, so like this, see, this can be done by rewriting the relation with single valued attributes. See 100 Anusha, so computer networks, 100 Anusha designing. While comparing the row 1 and row 2 data, those two are different. Okay, and here 101 Anita, so only one subject, single valued attribute. So again 102. So Anjali with automata is one row, single valued attribute, compiler design is another row. Okay, now here how many rows of data? Initially we have 3 rows of data. Okay, after converting into first normal form, okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 rows of data. Okay, 5 rows of data. So here you have to understand. So here we are increasing the rows, no problem in first normal form. Okay, because we have to keep in each and every column only single valued attribute, that is called atomic value. That is called atomic value. So if there are multi-valued attributes, okay, so then you have to convert into single valued attributes by adding another row to the existing table. So this process is known as first normal form. Okay, see here. So what is the first normal form? The table or relation is said to be in first normal form if it does not contain any multi-valued or composite attributes. Okay, it does not contain multi-valued or composite attributes. Composite attribute is nothing but, suppose I am going to give the address. Address means what? we have to specify the street name and every name, house number, street name, main street, and mandal, district, town. Okay, all we have to mention. Okay, that type of attributes, composite attributes also does not contain any multi-valued or composite attributes. Okay, and next, so here if they have multi-valued or composite attributes, then what? You have to convert into single valued attributes. Okay, it contains only single valued attributes for fulfilling the condition for first normal form. Okay, so this we can call it as each cell of the table contains atomic value. That means only one value. So that we can define as a table in first normal form. Okay, each cell of the table contains only one atomic value or single valued attribute. Okay, if any table having multi-valued attributes, that we cannot say so it is in first normal form. We can say okay, it is in normal table. Okay, not with the normalization technique. Okay, so that is first normal form. Okay, understand?